35 years ago this morning, Chuck Berry was making the rounds promoting his autobiography titled Chuck Berry, and he was on the Today Show. Jane Pauley interviewed him, and she actually had a semi-aggressive interview, but in the old school, polite journalistic methodology that is sadly gone today. And they'd never asked the question. Oh, maybe they would in the R. Kelly era and everything, but she says, how did you, as a 29-year-old, write Sweet Little 16 and understand what the kids were into? All that kind of stuff. I think it's rumored that Chuck kind of knew what the kids were into. Rock and roll, that is. That's all I'm talking about, rock and roll. Music. Music. There's nothing else, really.
Thank you, Willard. A few hours after Charles Edward Anderson Berry was born, his parents sensed he might be something special. He amazed his mother by raising his body up with his arms to take a look at the world. Little did she realize that Chuck Berry would become known as the king of rock and roll. And that was Chuck Berry's 60th birthday party when some of the music world's greats turned out to perform with him. Turn that into a movie. But our subject this morning is Chuck Berry's autobiography. Chuck Berry, the autobiography, in fact, is the title of it, and he joins us this morning, and I have a copy of the book, and you'll be so happy that I'm going to show it a second time here. But the reason I want to is that's the front, and that's, there we go, that's the back of a 60-year-old, soon-to-be 61-year-old man.
Right, in a couple weeks.
What do you credit this remarkable physique you have to? Clean living?
Dad and Mom's clean living. Really. Gave me a nice body, I guess.
How much of the story in your autobiography is music?
I'd say 3/4. Yeah, because a lot of it leads into the way that the music came about, and Mom and Dad singing in the choir and all the choir rehearsals at home, and sort of became a routine thing around our house, music.
Music, yes, but not your kind of music.
I know.
Everybody from the Beatles to the Rolling Stones to the Beach Boys gives you credit. Some will even remark that they stole everything they ever knew from you. Who did you steal from?
Well, like I say, I would say the church, the Baptist church, and the hymns that they, you know, because we sang in harmony around home, and it really was instilled in me at a very, very young age.
Yeah, but if you only did that music, you would not be here this morning.
Okay, I see. Okay, rock and roll.
Yes,
it started
sir.
around in high school, because when I did the All Men's Review at high school, I sang then it was a rather raunchy song. It was only a blues, but they were singing I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire and Stardust and things, and I came with a blues, and that was sort of raunchy then, but I got a terrific ovation.
And you didn't get that from the Baptist church?
That's for
way.
Sure. That's for sure.
Do you feel, I mean, we're going to have a second conversation with you that you'll see tomorrow, but you've had some run-ins in your life. Do you have the sense that your destiny just came and got you no matter which wrong way you tried to turn?
I just figured it was a wide span of ups and downs, and really I've had them, you know. And, you know, you bounce back, or I think it's the intention of a person. If you really have good intentions, some of your ventures may be wrong, but I think you come back. Your
first recording was Maybelline, which we just heard a minute ago. How'd you get into a recording studio the first time?
Really, it was a CBS on Fairfax in L.A. I didn't get into it. I got as far as the reception and asked me, did I have a reservations appointment? And I said, no, I just wanted to see some of the record people, who, and so forth. And I never got past the reception. But I did see, this was about 2 years before Maybelline. But when I went to the little companies like Chess, and with my recorder, as I visited all these others, you know, I got a little hip to how to do. He told me, he listened to it and told me to come back with the band, and he'd try me out. And that's really the beginning of it. He tried me out from listening to my little $79 recorder, and I brought the band back, and that's when we did Maybelline.
You have made your name and reputation by appealing to a wide spectrum of the audience, not just the R&B where you started from. Was that calculated or just a lucky accident?
I called it strategy. Yeah, I was dealing with monies, and because my dad sold vegetables, and I had a little sense of direction before I went into music. After all, I was 29 years old. I had a home and one new station wagon, so I wasn't actually a kid. And I knew a little bit about business.
Then how'd you know so much about Sweet 16? You must have been in your 30s when you did that one then.
That was a bit of a problem, to dismiss the experience you have and reach back to the memory of when you were when I was Sweet 16, and think of how they thought, or they are thinking, of how I thought that at that time, and then write from that. So that is a little problem, but I did it. Yeah. Freaky mind I have. I have great imagination, you see.
Yeah, that's why there's so many pages in this autobiography. More to talk about, so we'll see you again tomorrow, Chuck Berry.
That's right.
And we'll help see you again tomorrow, too.
Thank you for watching Cleveland Live Music. I can't play a lick. That's why I'm a taper. Thanks for watching the channel and making it grow. If you want to subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Patreon and GoFundMe would be appreciated. Maybe I could get guitar lessons.